Testing, testing. Is it on? I'm going to assume it's on. So, hey everybody. It's, this is Macabre Mage after for friggin' ever. It's good to see y'all again. Don't mind what you're seeing on the screen. I am streaming some more Final Fantasy XIV. Why? Because I have new internet, I'm set up in a new place. Why the fuck not? Let's just, have some chill shit going on. You may hear some music in the background. That's a playlist I've got on YouTube. Just for the sake of the video, I do not own anything. It's just music I like. Just background music for the stream because, while much as I love Final Fantasy XIV's music, it can get a little boring. Anyway, so the plan for today is I'm playing Warrior right now. I'm also going to be playing through a couple other jobs and just getting a few levels, having some chill. I kind of wish I had people to play with who could also commentate, but that's maybe for another day. Okay, so let's defeat the duty roulette today. I'm not playing a DPS. I don't have to worry about the wait time. I'm only doing tanks and healers today because my DPSs are more or less ready. I got a level 70 red mage, and I need to work on some other jobs. I finished the main scenario quest line for the moment. By the way, if you play Final Fantasy XIV, I highly recommend you hurry up and get to the end of the main scenario quest line. That final mission was a doozy. It was fun. I wanted to discuss it with somebody so much, but my friend Foil, who plays, hasn't beaten it yet. Most of my other friends don't play Final Fantasy XIV, and I don't have anybody to play with. Play with me, I'm lonely. Oh. I don't know who you are. Probably Mr. DPS that quit. Pretty sure it was DPS. Might have been a healer. But I will find you. I'll give you a very stern talking to. See now there's two of them. Some of you may be wondering why I'm out of nowhere getting back into streaming and stuff. Well, somebody else has decided they liked my videos and subscribed, so this is for you, whoever you are. I forgot your name already, and I apologize. That probably sounds horrible of me, but DPS? I'm gonna go all there we go. I was about to say, I'm about to get all Liam Neeson on this motherfucker, but I should probably cut down on the swearing. I am not a popular YouTube icon. I don't get to swear. How do I know I'm not a popular YouTube icon? Because I can't say the N-word without it being a big thing on the internet and the news, for crying out loud, for like months and months. PewDiePie. That was a thing. That happened a while ago. Jesus Christ, cannot get any DPSs to join that want to stay. That was a thing on the, that thing that happened a while back. PewDiePie. People, I don't know if you like him, don't know if you hate him. It's just, personally, I kind of like him, but I don't watch his videos. He said the N-word on the camera, and it got taken out of context horribly out of context. Wow, I've done this dungeon like 4 times today, and he caught a hell of a lot of flack for it. I think it's died down at this point, but probably should be skipping the cutscenes. But yeah. So, Sunken Temple of Karn, basic stuff. This is level 37, so low level dungeons. Perfect for my level 39 warrior. I have a paladin that's level 64, and I'm trying to get into other tanks. Like, I also have a Dark Knight that's in its 60s, and I... See, much as I like them, I want to get into something else. My DPS that's 70 is a red mage, and I've got a 61 DPS that's summoner, but that's because I have a 61 scholar. Let's go for a big pull. Yes, I do play with a controller. I happen to really like the controller setup. When I first started playing Final Fantasy XIV, I was playing on the PlayStation 3. So I got kind of spoiled on the controller setup. And I've been using it ever since. I know that there's some veteran warriors out there saying, "You're blowing all your TP so soon!" Yeah, well, I never said I was a good warrior. I just said I am a warrior. Ooh, nice, we killed the Facer. That's trash. But yeah, I'm trying to explore some other jobs. I like the ones that I have gotten high up, but it's been a while since I've done anything different, you know? So today I'm trying to just get some levels in Warrior, and yes, I did say I've done Sunken Temple of Karn like 3 or 4 times today. I've done a few leveling roulettes today. Like, I've already gotten it up a little bit. And yes, I know the music hasn't changed in a while. This one song happens to be... Well, the song in the background happens to be from Fire Emblem, and it's an extended cut. Somebody looped it. I love Fire Emblem. It's an awesome series, an awesome game. Oh, need to... That is what happens when you play a controller and take your hand off the controller for 1 second. I love Fire Emblem, awesome series. I've always been a fan. Still am to this day. I am hella psyched for the Fire Emblem coming out of the Nintendo Switch. I have a launch issue Nintendo Switch, and I have been struggling to find games that I really enjoy for it. Octopath Traveler has been like my bread and butter lately. I have enjoyed that game to hell and back. Actually, it's also in the news that most launch edition Nintendo Switches by the left. Where is it? Here it is. By the connection point for the left Joy-Con, there's an L-shaped crack that's going through goes through the console on a bunch of them. So if you have a launch edition Nintendo Switch, you might want to. Oh, that's gonna hurt. You might want to check for that. Apparently, it's just a. Oh shit. Apparently it's just a stress fracture. But why are you hard casting Rays? Or did you blow Swift Cast? Well, he's only got... The boss has 3%. I'm not needed. Wait. Oh. Thought they were... No, I can get the gear that I want from Brave Fox. But actually, where was I? Right, the Nintendo Switch issue. Seems like most launch edition consoles have a stress fracture around a screw that's in the upper left portion of the console on the back side. So I guess if you were to flip it onto its side, onto its front, onto its face, it would be in the upper right portion? Yeah. And Nintendo, as far as I'm aware, Nintendo hasn't issued an official reason for this yet, or even an initial response, but it's been all over Twitter, all over Reddit, and it's only with the launch edition ones. So it looks like there's just a structural defect in the plastic in that one spot, but at least it's consistent. Oh. Uh-oh, nope, nope. Ah! Well. In hindsight, that was a poor idea, because now I can't see it. I think I see some orange. Nope. No, normally we don't struggle. There we go. Perfect. Let's see. Nintendo Switch has actually been blowing up lately. But not in the literal sense, not like the stress fracture of the plastic, but it has been the console of the year for a little while. Getting all the games and stuff. It's a fun little thing. Let's get these guys out and let's just do a nice big pull. See, part of me doesn't want to waste my beast gauge right now, even though it's refillable. I should be using it. It's in the same vein as when I use Red Mage. I want my job gauge to fill out evenly, or as evenly as possible. That's actually counter to what's best for you if you're trying to pull off Verflare and Verholy. Because it's okay if one of them is a little higher, than the other. You use Verflare or Verholy to fill up whichever gauge is lower. And you know what? That's what makes it work. That lets you pop out those Verholys and Verflares that much sooner. That's what lets you keep up your DPS. I'm probably building mine wrong, but I'm stacking up critical and direct hit chance. I mean, Red Mage doesn't exactly need spell speed, because it's such a fast caster and dual cast. Actually, Red Mage is closer to the bottom on the DPS charts. People have parsed it, and it's about, and for across all the DPS classes, it's third from the bottom. But that's also with a very generic setup, and that's with results that you can't really replicate because it's all on the player. Oh wow. So that's where he normally shows up if you don't kill him. I knew it was the same one. I was pretty sure. That's why I'm stacking mine for direct hit chance, determination, and critical. For those who don't know, direct hit chance is basically your character's chance of hitting the enemy literally directly, like getting a nice square solid hit. It has a higher chance of going off, but it's got a lower damage increase. Critical has a low chance of going off, but it's like you got a really effective hit. Simple enough. That's basically self-explanatory. I hate these fuckers. The Condemned, the Bogies, whatever they're called, I don't like them because their only attack's an AoE, so you have to move. Well, I'd say their only attack. They do have a regular auto attack. And then Determination is just an overall increase of your attack values. Let's do this right. So for those of you who have ever been concerned as to how you should build your character, oh, I don't know who that is. I'm just going to put that on silent for now. Whoever it is, I can call back later. I mean, can't exactly take a call on stream, can I? Not in a dungeon. And I saved my beast gauge for that, yes. I got him to 56%. So whoever it was left a voicemail. This is going to sound really, really, really bad, but I'm pretty sure... No. I don't think that's who it was. No, that wasn't who it was. I don't recognize that number. It's a little voicemail, so I'll figure out who it was at the end. So what else has been in the news lately? As some of you may or may not know, I do live in Florida. Actually, I live kind of close to the beach, so I have been one of the lucky ones to who have yet to experience red tide. For those of you who don't know what red tide is, which I'm surprised since it's now a national thing, a national emergency kind of thing, because there have been deaths from it. Red tide is a type of algae that is toxic to anything that can eat it. It also puts out, I don't want to say fumes, but when it's in the air, it does cause respiratory issues, and some of the older folk around where I live have unfortunately passed because of, well, they already had bad throats and lungs. people with asthma, etc., etc. Unfortunately, some of them have passed on because of this red tide. They went for walks on the beach and the red tide was high and the wind was blowing in offshore, and it caused an asthma attack and they unfortunately did not survive. So it's been getting kind of bad. I have yet to actually experience it, and for that I've been lucky. Symptoms are supposedly a tickle in the back of your throat, followed by, oh Jesus Christ, I'm dying. Tickling, kind of a tickling sensation in the back of the throat at low concentrations, sneezing and whatnot. Again, I haven't actually experienced it, so I'm not too familiar with the symptoms. I could just look them up, of course, but no. I do have a new job that I just got. I actually just left one of my jobs. I've been working 7 days a week for months now, and I've finally gotten out of one of those jobs because I've gotten a better, higher paying job offer. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be having a little extra sleep when I'm not doing computer training at my new job. Unfortunately, with the vehicle I drive, which is a little moped, I have a small issue. And that issue is, it doesn't want to go very fast. That's an issue because if I want to get to my new job, which is 4 miles away from where I live, I have to go on the highway, which is 55 miles per hour. My moped doesn't go that fast. Like, it's not really cool to say, yeah, I drive a moped, but you know what? Screw you, it's really gas efficient, it's really cheap, and I like the thing. Although I am looking for a car. Now, where this speed limit issue comes into play is, in order to get to my job, I have to cross, in order to get to my job at a safe speed, in an area where the speed limit is something my bike can reach, I have to go on one of the keys. I have to go down one of the Florida keys. This is an issue because this is right on the water, and I'll be fully exposed to the red tide if it's there that day. I am looking for a car, but with my income, I cannot just magically conjure up a car, unlike in Final Fantasy XIV, where you just blow a whistle and any man or a beast just shows the hell up and you ride it to victory. Frankly, that would be awesome if that existed in real life. Let me just blow this whistle here. Now there's a giant spinning turtle that will Beyblade me to work. Let's Beyblade! It's on the panel. No. Well, I dodged it. I actually don't have the Adamant Toys mount. I'm trying to get the MGP. It's hard to get MGP at a reasonable rate, but I've been doing the mini cackpot every day. For those who don't know, that's something in the Manderville Gold Saucer, which is basically an in-game casino. And the mini cockpot is basically scratch-off lotto tickets, except you have a little 3x3 grid, and on that little 3x3 grid, you get to scratch off 4 numbers, or is it 3? You scratch off 4 numbers, one of the numbers is scratched off for you, and your payout is determined by the number you get. Oh, sweet, leveled up. Now, how I've been doing, and the first ticket is 100 MGP, second is 200, and the third is 300, and you only buy 3 per day. Now, I have this little app on my phone, because I'm bad at this kind of math. It's what's the word? It's basically, can you run the numbers in your head? You have to get, like, it tells you what the payout numbers are, and you have to hit a certain number. Like, you have to add up three numbers in a line, and whatever number it is whatever number it is determines your payout. So, for an example, 6 is 10,000 MGP, which is like the jackpot. I am bad with numbers. So I have this little app on my phone, which basically tries to predict it for me based on... it runs the numbers for me, basically. And it's been working out pretty well. How the app works is, it asks you where the ticket comes with... I suppose I need to tell you a little more about the TACpot tickets first. They come with one number already scratched off, and you scratch off 4 more. It asks you what the first number is and where it is. After that, it'll suggest to you to scratch off a certain other spot on the ticket. Again, that's right there. The issue is I took my hand off my controller and couldn't move. It'll suggest to you which spot to scratch, and then based on that number, if there's a different spot to scratch. And after you've scratched off all 4 tickets, put in all 4 slots, and put in the information, it'll give a fairly accurate estimation of where you should how you should play your ticket. Basically a more fair lottery, where if you can do math, you win. Wow. Oh, I know why the music can go on non-stop. This is the 30-minute one that I thought I took off this playlist. Speaking of math, there is a... This is considered one of the harder bosses in Final Fantasy XIV. Not the one I'm about to fight, but the one I'm about to tell you about. In the Readerana Lighthouse, which is part of the Rabanaster, the Ivalice series of raids in-game, there is a boss where, in order to prevent a wipe, you have to do some basic math. It will hit you with a debuff that will set your HP to a number below 10. And then you have to do some basic math if you don't want to wipe. Well, it's not wipe, but if you don't want to die. Now, it sounds simple enough, but then you realize it wants you to calculate... then you realize towards the end of the fight, you have to start calculating prime numbers. Now, for some people, this sounds rather simple, I'm sure. But I have never had a good head for math, unfortunately. It's not that I'm lazy or anything, it's just that I just never happened to be good at math. It was reading and writing that my skills excelled at. I said I excelled at. Math is literally a whole other language for me. I guess it is burning the boss. Oh, I just ran into Verge line. Just give me a few seconds. Oh. Dodge. Every time I go to scratch my ear, it gives me a friggin' AoE I have to dodge. I might need to buy a new headset pretty soon. As much as I love this one, and it's still working quite well, unfortunately, the foam earpieces, like the foam around the earpieces, is starting to wear out. Well, it's not even the foam, it's the cover for the foam. The foam's fine, but the foam rubbing into my bare skin, it's kind of itchy. So, I mean, this is a cheapo Chinese headset. I use the Sadie's brand headset, and oh, I can't dodge that. Somehow I dodged that. But the Sadie's headset has been there for me for a very long time, actually. It's lasted quite a long time. And I like it very much. The sound quality is actually fairly good for a cheapo headset. The downside is it comes with its own software that you have to have installed in order to actually use it, but that's not too bad. Comes with a disc and everything. GG, everyone. Oh, I didn't want that, no! My armory chest. That's not my armory chest. That was actions. That's my armory chest. Market prohibited. Damn. I want to just get rid of it. Oh. That looks pretty cool. I'll hold on to it. Let's try this first. Discard. Wait, no! Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, I didn't need that no more. Whew. I have the Shire gear. It's fine. Oh, I just freaked myself out for a minute. Like, oh no, I just threw one weapon I was using. No. Whew. Oh, no commendations? Really? Let's see. What else has been in the news lately? Nothing comes to mind. I'm sure if I just keep talking, something will hit me. Now, let's see. Let's switch off of that. Let's... Black Mage? No, it's a DPS. But it's also level 40. Huh. Alright, let's look at this. Any better gear? No, I like what I've got. I like the Cavalry set. Don't make me unequip it. It's also not complete, sadly. Like this is going to be my next glamour set. Let's see, my healer's gonna need... You know? I've never really touched Astrologian. I'm going to glamour play it, see if anything stands out that I want to use. I do have the Legacy Warrior shit. You know, I've never really used Astrologian. I'm more of a fan of Scholar. And it's just, I've never really... I'm not a huge fan of RNG being an integral part of your kit, is my issue. Let's see. Good white mage. Level 33. Guess I'm doing the low level dungeons today. Well, I mean, I can do Brave Locks with this, and Brave Locks then drops the Cavalier set, which I'm trying to complete, so that'll be my next set of glamour trash. I mean, I can do Scholar if I want to do raids and stuff. Yeah, I know, I'm not actually using my glamours here. Well, actually, I am using some glamours here. I have the full Shire set, and I'm using the Hailstorm set. Wait, why is this augmented? Oh, right, because they gave me a full set of augmented. I mean, I could do Scholar, but I wouldn't get really much out of it. Let's look at my duty lads. What's left? 50, 60. Take that off leveling. Machi Mat is useful. I have Alliance raids, normal raids. Let's see. I do need to get a healer up higher. How many dungeons have I done? Oh, I don't have Resurrection Necrode? That's odd, but okay. I normally have my raise spells macroed. Actually, I did see a funny one in a dungeon recently. Somebody had their raise spell macroed to get up, target. You don't pay $15 a month with a floor tank. I mean, in context, it was hilarious because we're doing this dungeon and it's a tough fight, and then out of nowhere, hey, remember your subscription fee? You pay it. Get off the floor. You know what? Yeah, I think I'll do Scholar. Scholar in early dungeons is basically Eos will do all the work for you. I feel like using Eos' skills. More astute players may have noticed I have taken off Sacred Soil. Sacred Soil is only a 10% decrease in damage. I mean, when it's stacked with Protect, yeah, that's nice, but I'm using a controller and I only have so many slots available, and it's kind of essential that you be able to use Eos' stuff. I mean, some players would say otherwise, but to be a real, truly effective Scholar, Whispering Dawn is free regen. And even on Obey, Eos will still use Embrace, so this is just stuff I picked up from higher level healers. They've all said, you need to be using Eos' skills. And I can't disagree. Frankly, the fact that how would I say this? I love playing with a controller because that's what I don't want to say grew up on, but that's what I played Final Fantasy on originally. Well, Final Fantasy 14 on originally. And much as I like it, I'm starting to realize that there are indeed some restrictions, especially when it comes to Scholar. There's Hotbar bloat that you can't do much about, so you just have to pick a skill you don't need. And everybody I talked to said that if you had to get rid of a skill, Sacred Soil was the one to get rid of. Ooh. Okay, sounds actually switched to Persona. Let's go, boys and girls, and anybody who wants to. Yeah. Let's do 50-60 roulette. Oh, you can Excognation Eos. Interesting. While I'm waiting for a dungeon, I'm just gonna get a little bit of practice in. Wait, is Masma... a lot of target miasma is centered on you. Miasma. Jesus, where did I learn to speak English? This is the Little V Mills version of the Persona 5 opening. Persona 5 is one of my favorite games that came out last year, or this year, whichever year it was. I am a big Persona fan, a big Shin Megami Tensei fan. It took me a while to really get into it, but once I did, I was hooked. I think my first real Shin Megami Tensei game was Soul Hackers, and that's the one that finally hooked me. Like, I had been a fan of Persona before that. I played Persona 3 FES on my PS3. Then I got Persona 4 for the PS2. And then finally I had Persona 5 again for the PS3. Because thankfully they made it. They made a PS3 and a PS4 version. I would have been very sad. Unfortunately, I have yet to beat Persona 5, but I remember where I stopped. I had just gotten Futaba, and it was just at the point. I'm running around looking at houses randomly. I had just gotten Futaba, and I was at the part where they were about to take her to the beach. Futaba is, frankly, probably one of my favorite characters, simply because, well, she's cute, she's good with computers, and I'm kind of a fan of the short, slender kind of girl, but that's just my personal preference. I'm also a fan of the taller and more mature kind of girl, so I have two equal preferences, but I'm fine with anything in the middle. I mean, girls be you. Like, you are beautiful no matter what, and I need to not talk about that on stream. That's just, this is not the place for motivational speaking, and what the hell did I come across? I feel the need to look at this. I am sure that the estate music here is something ridiculous, but with the background music off and Persona playing, I feel the need to just walk in and look. Oh. It looks normal, if sparse, inside. Interesting choice of floor. This person has no idea what to do with their house. That fan is spinning the wrong way. This irks me more than I want to admit. Fix your broken-ass fans, Square Enix. I mean, like, the ones in-game. Like, not here. Not the few fans you have left after the Final Fantasy 15 fiasco. I mean, I liked Final Fantasy 15 because I can forgive a story. Oh, more Persona. Because I can forgive a game if it has a shortcoming in one area, if the other areas are extra fun to make up for it. Final Fantasy 15, what were some of my personal flaws with it? The entire game, they go about talking like all the other characters are saying that Noctis, Ignis, Gladiolus, and Prompto are close like brothers, and yet the impression I get from them is anything but close. I haven't done Hullbreaker Isle in a long time. Like, they're arguing more often than not. Like, I guess, maybe. One could assume that because they're so close, they're okay with arguing like that, but it feels more like Noctis is kind of only doing things because he's been told he has to. No, it doesn't even feel like that. He does have some motivation, but it feels like he's constantly being railed on to do the right thing. not doing the right thing. He feels like he's constantly being railed on, like by Gladio and Ignis. And not like in a way, in like more in a nagging, because you're the prince, you have to do this kind of way, unless of a because we care kind of way. It feels like the characters don't really care at some times. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that the tank wasn't in his tank stance. Dissipation. Nope, that's not the right move. Shit. I was looking for Tri-Bind. I didn't need dissipation. I have full ether. I had full ether flow. Somewhere there is a max level scholar having conniptions because of me. Uh-oh. I may have lost my train of thought. Healing magic down. What? That's not a debuff I can get rid of. Damn. That'll do. Oh no. Oh no. Well. And that's what Sucker is for in Galvanize. Whoa. Maybe I should be using Ruin too. I am just jamming out these. You don't know right now because I'm just jamming out and I'd have no webcam, but I am jamming out to this music right now. Some people don't like music if they can't understand the lyrics, and you know what? That's okay. I, however, happen to like Vocaloid. It helps that I also know the lyrics in advance, so as I'm hearing this, I am putting the words in my head to the lyrics I'm hearing. Let's just get a sucker up. I can never remember what they do. Like, I think Fey Illumination increases healing received. Use an Adlo. The barrier up. I know my attack is actually kind of weak, but I feel like it's pretty good. It feels like I'm dropping a little nuke on them. Like, Broil looks powerful, and it absolutely should. You get a barrier. Hey, we're getting AoE that. I keep forgetting I have that. Primarily because, and this is embarrassing to say, up until level 61, I thought I only had Miasma 1 and Bio 2. I completely failed to realize that I had Miasma 2. That's my own fault. Oh, I just used wrong one. Okay, that's magic defense. Okay. That's a prey mark. Oh. Let's get up in the center there. Where's Eos? Ooh, kind of want that. And again, some of you may notice the music in the background is Fire Emblem music again. This one is from Fire Emblem Fates. Now, Fates was a beautifully but flawed game. It was 3-in-1, and it told 3 stories that each were standalone. Like, 2 were what-ifs, and 1 was the true path. And it had different difficulties for each. The 2 false paths, the Hoshido and Nor routes, had 2 different difficulties. Hoshido was more like Awakening, like Fire Emblem Awakening. It was fair, but it was difficult, but it was fair. Like, you could have fun with it. You had more time to build your characters. Nor was Thracia 776 difficulty, which was unfair, difficult, and meant to screw you at every opportunity. It was the you are going to lose. It was the you are going to take losses whether you want to or not route. And then there was Revelations, the true path. That one had more difficulty, but even more freedom. It was less hard than Nor, because Nor was unfair in how hard it was. But it had the more freedom than Hoshido. I don't want to say much, because I don't want spoilers are something that should obviously be avoided at all costs. Nobody likes a spoiler. I should be using damage over time skills. Whoa. Oh, nope. I think we need the sucker more than anything else. And that is why we have... Oh, just muted my mic. Yep. And that is why we have Dissipation. You would think that Merylwyn would be very, very concerned that the Warrior of Light was stronger than her strongest. Ooh, yes, please. Hello, Glamour Trash. Try on. Wait, what? Where is it? There it is. Try on. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, yep. Berserker's Scale Mail. Market Riveted. So, this is another one I'd have to do this dungeon for. Bluffswan. Why do all the NPCs from Lenosha have really, really hard to pronounce names? Merylwyn Blofishwin. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. Merylwyn? But they've all got really, really, really hard to pronounce names that look and sound like somebody rolled their face across the keyboard. Oh, I got practically nothing for that. Well, let's do another one. They need a tank. I'd have to be a tank for the maximum benefit there. Level 50. I wonder, are there any high ends? Only the Great Hunt. Nope. Okay. Again, the issue with my headset comes up where I like it, but because the foam is now against my skin is getting itchy. And I can probably fix that with like some some soft tape or something. Like not Scotch tape, like duct tape or something, like carefully wound around it, but I'm pretty sure that would be not pleasant either. I should probably see what that phone call was about. Alright, so here's something I'll do for all y'all. You get to watch this while I listen to a voicemail. Congratulations. My Warrior of Light is now an idol. Please enjoy. Pretend that she's the one singing the songs for a minute. Well, it sounds like my character can dubstep with her mouth, so I'm pretty sure that's a skill anybody would want on their resume. Big Grin is one of my favorite emotes, simply because you look so trollish and demented while you do it. Anyways, what do you say we do one more? What haven't we done? First off, EU, unskippable cutscenes and only 2 dungeons to choose from. Trials, that's, you know what, that's quick and easy. You can do that plus another one. The other 2 are raids. Oh, I have done everything else already? Okay, let's do a normal raid. Adventure, need bonuses for healers. It says less than 5 minutes, but we'll see about that. I should probably invest in a new chair too. I love the office chair I've got. It's not comfortable if I want to sit in it long term. To be fair, I shouldn't be sitting in it long term anyways. There's the phone call. For those who care, that was from my dentist, confirming my appointment. Take care of your teeth, kiddos, and they'll take care of you. Maybe... should I plan something different? I mean, I could. Yeah, I think for now this works out just fine. I do appreciate how the healer, whatever this is, the glamour I'm using, the armor set, it's the same thing for DPS casters, but with one key note, with one key difference, and that is, see all that white? That's dark blue on the DPS casters. Yeah. I have to start thinking. I really should start thinking about how I'm going to start building my healers and tanks, like material-wise and end game. Like I'm already at end game content with my DPS caster Red Mage, and I decided how I'm going to build that. But how should I build something like a paladin, or a scholar, for example? Piety, I know would do well on a scholar or healer because they can always use more mana. Or should they have more intelligence? Or should I also be trying to build for criticals and direct hits? Because those also affect your heals. Don't affect your regen ticks. At least I'm pretty sure it doesn't. That'd be broken as hell if it did. Stat crits, regen ticks, each heal for over 10k. If only. Some of you recognize this voice. This voice, for the song in the background right now, that is from my YouTube channel, Lee and Lee. Actually, Lee and Lee, whatever the person's name is, they're actually a voice actor for a lead female character in a new anime. She is officially employed and is now doing actual voice acting work. So, congratulations, Lee and Lee. I want to publicly congratulate you for that. Remember, I saw some clips of the anime. I remember what the manga. I remember I read the manga, but I don't remember what the anime. I don't remember what it's called. I've got the character in my head right now. I just can't remember what the hell it was called. Well, looks like I'm number 3 on the waiting list. This is quality streaming content, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Quality streaming content. I don't remember where my house is. Well, it's not even my house. It's, my free companies. Let's see if I can train my chocobo again. Probably not. I just did it recently. Yeah, another 30 minutes. There he is. That's my baby, my level 8 baby. Chocobos. This is, I guess, another bit of if you didn't already know info, but if you didn't already know, they go to level 10. And if you cap out any of their 3 trees to level 10, you get a full set of barding represented that represents what you've done to them. So if you cap out the healing tree, they get barding that looks like a white mage. DPS tree, their barding looks more like a dragoon. I don't remember what the tank barding is, but I know you only have enough points for all your points to go into that one tree. So they cap out at level 10, but that's their soft cap. There's items called Thavnarian onions, of which I have 1, that if you feed it to them, automatically increases their level cap by 1 and sets their EXP up so that if you kill a single enemy at them summoned, they will level up. So when my chocobo here gets to level 10, I'm going to feed it that onion, and it will be ready to jump to level 11. I just have to kill an enemy with him out. And he'll get a corresponding number of points, or at least he should. And if he does, that means I can cap out a tree for all the trees, as a matter of fact. Actually, yes, that is true. If you can cap out all of the trees and the points keep going up like this, and you keep getting the amount of points you're supposed to for it, you can cap all 3 trees in your chocobo. But, of course, it takes a long, long time, which is why my chocobo is stabled right now. It's very easy to level... It's not very easy. It's easier to level up your chocobo if you have a free company that actually, trains the chocobos. You can be offline, and as long as somebody else is online and actually doing it, you're good. As a general rule of thumb, if your chocobo is in the stable, somebody should be training them. Matter of fact, I'm going to train somebody else's chocobo because that encourages other people to do it to mine. I do like the little chocobo cutscenes, but I'm waiting for a duty, so I'm not going to actually do it right now. I'm pretty sure that chocobo belongs to a Lalafell. That chocobo's a lot smaller from that other position. Come on, Maffy. 24 more minutes. I wonder, can I? Let's see. And if I stand just like this, my head is a giant watermelon. Boop. Yeah. Oh, right, can't jump in the river. Let's see. Well, I guess while I'm waiting, let's see what you're doing. Did you get any more gil for me? No, I never gave anything else to sell. Right. Do I have anything in my inventory worth selling? Oh wow, no wonder these ain't selling. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's see here. You know what? That's good for now. You know what? This is a lame way to end the stream, but we did a couple of dungeons, and I don't want to keep waiting, and I've got to use the bathrooms kind of bad, so I'm just going to call it right here. It was good doing this again. I'm glad I could. Thank you guys for watching, or at least sticking around long enough to hear me ramble on and on. This has been the Cobb Mage, signing out.